Hey guys, Mrs. Herman here. We are going to go through and check the next few days of our April calendar grid. So hopefully you've already downloaded this exact same page into Notability. So it might be helpful to split screen my video along with this page because you will be submitting this to show me you've completed days 7 through 11. All right, so if we look at day 7, we are looking at the 3 dimensions. So remember, this is focusing on volume. So I'm trying to figure out my length, my width, my height. So I can see as I count across, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be my length. It is 1 back or 1 width, and my height, it is 1 layer tall. So this is a 4 by 1 by 1, and we know that we find volume by multiplying those 3 dimensions together. So 4 times 1 times 1 is going to give me 4 cubic centimeters. Let's go ahead and move on to number 8. I'm going to do the same thing, and I already noticed that this front piece is the exact same as this one. I just now go 2 layers back. So my length is still 1, 2, 3, 4, but now my width goes 2 back, but I'm still just 1 layer tall. So now, and we've learned this before, double a dimension, you're going to double your answer. So 4 times 2 times 1 is going to give me 8 cubic centimeters. I had to rewrite in the dimensions for number 9 because they were so small it was hard to see with that blue background on the cards. So it is a 4 by 2 by 2. So now they've simply changed it to not be able to see the cubes. They've given us dimensions. And it is still, so if I were to imagine I were to cut this into, because this tells me right here it's 2 layers tall. So that bottom layer down here, that's the same as this guy right over there. So it's 8 on the bottom, and now I just have 2 layers of that. So it is still a 4 by 2 on the base, but now it's 2 layers of it. So the height is 2. So now, again, I double one of my dimensions. I'm going to double my answer. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is going to give me 16 cubic centimeters. To number 10. Now I can see them again. I can already see this looks like a cube. I'm going to go ahead and label this goes 1, 2, 2 across, 2 back, and 2 high. All those dimensions are 2, so it is in fact a cube. So 2 by 2 by 2. If I look at a pattern of what it is compared to day 9, now that I'm on day 10, I notice that these dimensions stay the same, these dimensions stay the same, and this one gets cut in half. So what do you guys think is going to happen? My answer of 16 is going to get cut in half. Let's double check that. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is going to give me 8 cubic centimeters. And last but not least, what do you notice is different about day 11 compared to day 10? Yeah, it's now only the front part. So it's like almost like they took a knife and they sliced it right there, and I'm only using this front piece. I'm not using the back layer. So this is still 2 long, 1 width, and 2 tall. So this is a 2 by 1 by 2. Again, if I compare it to the previous day, the length stayed the same, my height stayed the same, but my width is cut in half. It went from a 2 to a 1. So let's predict what we think that's going to happen to my volume. It is also going to get cut in half. So 8 should turn into a 4. Let's double check that that works. 2 times 1 is 2, times that 2 is going to give me 4 cubic centimeters. Awesome job, guys. Go ahead and submit this into Schoology, and you should